Good evening and welcome to the KILI Storytelling Hour. Every Wednesday from 5 to 6 we come up here and share a story, always the Lakota language, and announcements. We have been doing this for it seems like we're just doing for our school, Wendy District School. So maybe we can, if you have any announcements from your schools, and if you're listening this evening, send us your announcements to, what's your email? Dennis will introduce himself and he will tell you his email address. My email address is bchargingcloud@yahoo.com. Okay, or you can call us at 867-435. Is it 4350? Yep, 867-4350, and then we can announce your school announcements. Okay. And this evening we have a story. I think that I announced last week that we are going to have a story, so we have a story this evening. And after that, we always talk up here and talk about the language. And then we have some announcements. So have a good evening. If you're on your way home, drive carefully. KILI Wichoya ke waphe lechunkunas na takunu kwakap boya ke nais wotai wacha na gofta kamena lila pilau ya pelo wacha tok shalem khfiat khak pe mi chakele chigwahina takuku yuna yawaking ta tok sai jale wiglaking to Dennis Ghost Machapielo Tokeshke ya unwo. We'll start with this. We'll start with this story here, and it goes: thousands of birds that nest in the United States and Canada fly south as winter approaches. In the spring, these birds return to their nesting places. Changes in the bodies of birds tell them when it is time to migrate. Each bird migrates to the same area every fall. Many birds leave and return at almost the same date each year. Birds must be prepared for their long journey. Many birds lose their old feathers and grow new ones before they leave. Some birds prepare for migration in large groups. They feed and roost together several days before they leave. They migrate in flocks. There are other birds that join the flight with the long journey alone. Many North American birds follow the same route of migration year after year. There are many routes of migration. It seems that each bird or flock of birds has its own. Some birds use one route to go south and another to return. Others take side routes. However, all routes can be grouped into 4 flyways followed by most birds. Birds travel at different speeds when migrating. They often adjust their speed to the area over which they are flying. Some birds increase their speed as they near their destination. For small birds, the rate of travel is about 20 to 40 miles per hour. For ducks and geese, the rate is faster. Some are estimated to travel more than 50 miles per hour. Migrating birds fly at different heights. Geese are thought to be the highest flyers of all birds. In mountain regions, they've been seen flying more than 29,000 feet high. Most birds fly at a height of less than 30,000 feet. The smaller, lighter birds usually fly near the earth. Birds meet with many dangers on their long journey. Some get caught in storms, and others starve on the way. Birds may fly into electrical wires and other objects. Many birds are killed by hunters, by animals, and by other birds. Okay. Wanale tahet kan gabt. The
le voy a KILI okay le tohan when birds migrate poshitya okay tahe nale wa pikahatua Nina Shackelford Ejaptawa. That's the source. And we found this book in Venice was I'm not going to say he was throwing away books, but
a spring cleaning in the fall.
He had a fall cleanup, a library, and a lot of these books were just laying around, and they were old and outdated, and maybe they were donated by somewhere
outside sources.
Outside sources, and maybe they didn't even need it. So
no, that's the thing.
So maybe those guys in the
really will take them. A lot of different books.
Yeah. But we were going through them, and there are some really good books in there.
Yes.
And so we kept some for everybody, students and staff and parents, the community members. And we even gave some out, right?
Oh yeah, there was some casual reading in there for teachers and other students that really didn't pertain to educational purposes. So.
And all the reference books. I hope you kept all the reference.
Oh yeah, we kept the reference books by far.
Okay, and then another thing that and then all the listeners out there probably know this already. You do know this already. A lot of you people out there have internet.
Oh yeah.
Right now we're on internet. www.kiliradio.org. Okay, now if you want to know something like a reference, or if you're doing a research, or you just go to the internet and.
Right, that's the fastest media outlet to find anything. And that's, there's a 95% chance, 99% chance that information is going to be up to date within the last 6 months. We have world books at the school that, from 1863. That countries have changed.
Things change.
Things change, and we have to keep up to date on happenings in the world. We can't be stuck in 1963.
Yeah.
So it's time to let some of that stuff go.
So I wonder if someday libraries will be a thing of the past, or what?
They'll all be electronic. They have I have an Amazon Kindle.
Yeah.
That I can hold. I can download 1,500 books. That's the size of an iPod. A little bit bigger, looks like a book, but instead of carrying around 15 hardcover books, I carry an Amazon Kindle with me.
In your pocket?
In my pocket. In my backpack. So, that's just you go to Amazon and order one of those, and order the books for like $3. I recently purchased The Death of Roman Yellow Thunder, a great historical book, for $3 over Amazon. It's just good stuff to have. So I see libraries, as much as they are needed. We're going to have level libraries in a smaller library in each classroom instead of just a large library that goes unused.
Well, if you read a lot, that's the place to go.
Oh, by far.
Yeah, but like people like me, we just read newspapers
on the internet.
Just the comic area,
right?
And for sale, garage sales. Okay, I will do this in the Lakota language.
Perfect.
And then maybe maybe we will talk about it.
Okay.
Because this is very interesting. And how Lakota blackingte le tintkala wana itokaga. Itokaga is south. Okay, I don't know how far they're going, but we will find out. Itokaga kilena in kokto point kila ota. Lechashna in le makhochun kilel itokaga tanashna hipi. Wana wetu naija bloketu wahehashna wetu. Hechata hina lecha umpi. Naha tuktek treptala נהל לוהוך בקרב הנה הוא יפה אותו הנבנה לתחוש והוך לוידקה לתן יוחן הנה יקפק נהל זנתקה לגלנה רויץ' הקיצ'ת גל הוא יהן הואנה ואתו הנתונך ואנה ולהניה ואנה איגלום יפה נקו איגלום יפה שניהני לזנתקה לגלנה לתחדשן איזת חוק צעב וגנש לחופה הגלנה הוא הכפב נצצה הן ונס ללב הן ונה איגלו איתה תוקטקת לצלש לרשיתיה תוקטקת לשנה פלאקס והנה פתאי לה תוקטל ימקרנה תוקטקת ונש להן פתאפתה לוויינצ'לה כמנה צצה הנה ונה איגלו איתה הנה צ'ין לי לתחן גלקת ודמנקו ונה והיהן ונה גלקת והיהן תחדשנקי הכיתה התחוק ג'ענה לוויאקה לוקטו פתאום הנה הוא ככפה תחוק ג'ע אתן צ'רה תחוק ג'ע כלנה לילה ושאפת לזנתקה כלנה הוא לילה אותה לקצ'יוויתה לילה אותakt en ake jonavakt hoch isnala nakunkiam itoka khataki hawalehansna hawash lila ota le igluita anha ptalasna kiam lena le bloketo ha iswetu ha tokheske hipi ho ogan hel ogana ake glakt ale tokheske slaka ja inshallah na sinna silaikam na isa manas lena wankap makhoche wanka na isa wikstam na chacha taslola challe tokheske upi hogana ake glakt na kumeni agalagala khosle le min tuktek tel dila meni le wakpala le tkhkinkia hogana agalagala galaktan chacha hogana nakhos chao takt is nakun le makho le khe agalagala nakun hogana galaktan chacha nakun le glapik ichuham le glapik ichuham nakun le tuhan de labhenako khos hoch lilach ankhia kiangt na ke hoch khahia kiangt talenat khos de kiam kile unganash le hoch le vikchebna topa waha de vit khabekta waha kiangt wana le ma khad lena islilach ankhia kiam ونها لمغار لنا ناس لويكتمنا زابطة خش يتشن كي يكانجي ورننا كنا لتوهايا كي ويكتمنا زابطة وهيها أنخيا غلاب هنا نكون لمغار لنا ليلا وكاتيا كيام لتشارش وياكي 29,000 feet that's about in le feet out le washitia le miles kile ganash 5 miles waha miles
nearly 6 miles
that's a long way
that's a long way
ila wakati yakiam fine kia pela han ia karle na waha hasna kiam waha wakati yakiam salila wakati yakiam no le chik ala le nais ganash wakata kia le the Washitia 2 miles waha
11,000 feet
yeah salila wakati yakiam le glav hitchon na kuhoch le khosh tuktek tel hoch le tchosh ushitze jahanta hoch na kechanta. Na hoch ake tuktek to gonasle lahalili la maza wakhangali lo tatcha hechal khaka na hoch na tchosh gonast adnchech. Na hoch akele lahalile hoch maza khana na wokile bena hoch uchakte. Oyash lila ota tokhashna kihune. Achava he le voya ke le tkhosle wana le ptaetu. Wana ptaetu na wana usniwa. Achalana tkhosh I hoch le zitkala aman uchakwa. Ish nakun slovya lena igluwitaya na kilowat. Ona lena ish atuktogan na upi heche hogna kilowat. Ona na watoha ukhankhana kungalakt. Na na watoha wakatia galakt. Na tuktekta kihuning titoka gata. Tuktetu slovashna. Uganaska spala makhochetka tuktetu tanchache Mexico ya. Hoje. Ona na kecha uhana ha ke wetu hekta ke akigelik. Ona na tuktesh na oya pihel akeshna ilkipske. Zumanas le hochle le tros oyuch betan kiglam hena ke manas oyuch bela kigelikt. Wat zij le woya kigile twale wo pasika na wahet lila wonna khonste. Whoever wrote this book and did all this research on these birds, how they migrate, those things that I learned from here. It's just a little book.
Right.
And this is, I don't know when this was written. Doesn't say here, but just really some really good information in here. And when you they travel together, they take the same route up. They take the same route back. How do they know that? They know. And then they would fly. Some of them fly 3-4 miles up there.
And not directed by a GPS or.
They don't have GPS.
Exactly. Something that we would call DNA or in their genes that were automatically programmed to do something.
And then when it's like right now, it's time to go. So they'll feel that.
Yep.
Their body changes, tells them that it's time to go.
Time to go.
And some of them will get new feathers, stronger feathers.
Yep.
And their bones get stronger.
Sure.
So there's a lot of natural, I don't know.
Part of that, that I could see was, Iluwitapi.
Yeah,
Iluwitapi, Taku, Iluwitapi, coming together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That you can take it even more out of that book, to our everyday lives.
Yeah.
With the relationships we have with people around us.
Yeah. And one thing I learned from that too is that the very first part of that story, reason they Iluwitapi, where they come together, is they prepare.
Yes.
They prepare. So they probably eat. They probably make sure they're strong. Make sure that their body changes take place, and then they take off. Take the same route. So it's just like us, the human beings. They, if you don't plan something or if you don't prepare for something, then you're not going to make it. You're going to freeze. It's like that. They prepare, and then these birds, they travel together too. They probably help each other out. Yeah. Right. Like the cranes. When they fly in like a military formation. Right. Like a V-shape. Usually the leader, if the leader gets tired, goes back to the back. And another one will take the lead. Yes. And then one of them gets tired for a while, and then maybe two of them will wait for him. Yep. and then they'll catch up again. And then when they fly in that formation, they probably just glide through the air.
Cuts the wind resistance, or
So there's a lot of science, a lot of good information.
Yes.
On how these birds migrate. So I think that's I really like that little book. And,
just a short story.
Short story and to the point.
You take much more out of it.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep that book for future. Maybe another time we can tell that story. Maybe in spring when they come back.
Yeah, when they come back.
Tell that story again.
Yep.
Okay, so that's very good. Okay, now before we get into this language part, we don't have, like I announced it earlier, we don't have any announcements for other schools. And I told them to go ahead and send us information at the school, and we can make those announcements
okay.
every Wednesday, like tonight, or what's going on tomorrow night at Mondedni.
We have a staff and community. Basically, they're welcome back. Cookout. I think they're going to have bingo tomorrow.
Okay.
There's some things for the kids. Because we had stressed community involvement, and that's the best way to do it is with a feed and bingo. You can't get any more stronger than that. So I think that's a very good start in my book.
Okay, so that it's going to be called a cookout.
Yeah.
A community cookout.
Community cookout.
And that's going to take place about 5 o'clock. And so all you listeners out there, if you have children going to school at the Mondedni District School, try to be there so you can meet the new teachers, the old teachers, the new teachers, and see what's going on. And it's your school, and if you have any questions, ask either Marnie or any of the staff.
Yeah. That's an open door. The door is always open during the day to the to outsiders that if they come in, they have questions. That door's always open.
And then after that meal, you can visit all the classrooms.
Oh, by far.
Whether it's the immersion part of it or the regular classrooms. We also have new Lakota studies room.
Yes.
We have
a big dance floor where a big dance floor where the library used to be. So.
See how we meet all the bus drivers, all the people,
support staff, everybody,
cooks, everybody.
There's some good storytellers there.
We have some big storytellers that work in the evenings, and maybe they can tell you, share some stories with you. And then at 7 o'clock, the bingo will start.
Yes.
I understand there's some big prizes.
Yeah, that's I heard today.
Yeah. So, and it's only 25 cents a card or what?
Yeah, I think for the regular games, and then the specials, I think they're like $1 a card. So.
Okay. So, this is the first of the month, so bring some money tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Plenty of money. A lot of prizes. And I was there. I called bingo the last time we had it there at Champiropi, and it was like $150 for the that last special. You cover all the numbers.
Blackout.
Yeah, blackout. It was $150.
Okay, so if you're
for $1 investment.
$1 investment, you can walk away with $150.
That's better odds in the casino.
Maybe a lawn chair, maybe I think they're having pots and pans.
Yeah, houseware stuff. And
you might win
they had tents last time.
Yeah. So come on out. Even if you don't have even if you live somewhere else, come out there and play some bingo and eat and visit. Okay, and that's going to take place at the Mondedni District School. And welcome. Okay, and then the language. You took language. Dennis is taking language 1 at the...
Lakota 1. That was my first class, and there were some things, Carolyn right by the fly. I'm taking the 1-to-4 class at Wounded Knee with the college center there, and I'm excited about it. We had to fill out a little like a survey. Why? What do you expect from this class? Karen, she said, there are some people that do take the class because you basically have to.
For graduate.
Yeah, to graduate, to fill your electives and whatnot. But I am close to getting my degree, and I'd love to minor in Lakota studies. But more importantly, to me, my thinking that it's not about an elective.
Yeah.
I do have to have it. It's nice, it's on a resume or whatever. But my thing is that and I talked about this last time, that this language is in danger. Whether people know it or not. But the analogy that Karen told us today was that equate it to like a coffee cup. Where a while back that coffee cup was full, it was flowing over the top, and then now, there's barely a sip left. That and you've told me this before, that this language is seen to decline, and there's 9 people in that class. That's 9 potential Lakota speakers. That's 9. There are other Lakota classes all over.
College centers,
you can still add classes through Friday.
That's pretty good.
My step is I'm taking this Lakota 1 class to prepare for Lakota 2, to prepare for Lakota 3, Lakota 4. Where I don't have to be jealous anymore because I can't speak the Lakota language. There's days that be behind me. I can pass this on to the kids at Wounded Knee, to the kids across Pine Ridge altogether.
I'm going to share something here that you mentioned. You said the word danger. Okay. This one here, I don't know where I got this. I think I got this last time, but we never got around to it. And this came from a convention in 2003, and that's about 7 years ago.
Right.
And it says, "World's Languages in Danger." Okay. And it's here. This is from them. Okay. They have a degree of endangerment. And I'm just going to read this. Okay. Language is spoken by all generations. Okay. Intergenerational transmission is uninterrupted. Okay. When that happens, then the language is safe.
Yes.
According to this research. Okay. Next one. Most children speak the language, but it may be restricted to certain homes. Okay, when that happens, then they have the word vulnerable. Okay. Okay, the next one. Children no longer learn the language as mother tongue in the home.
Right.
Okay, when that happens, it's definitely in danger.
In danger.
Okay, now right now, if someone asks me, do your children speak the language? Then I will say no. So we're right there where it says definitely endangered. And maybe even the next one is language is spoken by grandparents and older generations, while the parent generation may understand it.
Yeah.
Now maybe we're there too, and that's severely endangered. Severely. So we're hanging around definitely endangered and severely endangered. Pretty soon we'll be at the critical endangered. And that happens when the younger speakers are grandparents and older, and they speak the language partially and infrequently. And then the extinct comes on.
Yes.
That's when nobody. We will. Says here, there are no speakers left, and that happened in some languages.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. And that's. So we don't want to get to that bottom part where it says even critically or severely, and I hope that never happens. Okay.
No, definitely not.
But I know there's a lot of Lakota speakers out there.
Oh,
still a lot of Lakota.
Surprising.
As we are talking here, there's listeners out there who speak Lakota, and some of those speakers out there are about your age.
yes.
And so we're at that definitely endangered, but we can go up.
Oh, by far.
Yeah, and that is why I think the school is going to the language. Yeah, so that we can we keep doing this, and then hopefully we will make a Lakota speaker.
With help at home.
Yeah.
Grandparents, parents.
So we always say that if you speak the language, speak it all the time. Speak it every chance you get. Speak that language. And then here's something that these are just little paragraphs that I got from Saving Native American Language. Okay. Now this one came at one time. This statement came. Some urge that we abandon our languages in the name of success, as defined by non-Lakota. In other words, just go ahead and everybody speak English. Okay. But see, when we do that, then our culture will. If we lose our language, then our culture is gone.
Exactly. Because that's what I've heard before that our culture is based on our language.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I find that things very true.
Yep. And then another statement here says that there's speakers out there, and there's a word, they use a word here, moribund or something. It's speakers who no longer pass their language actively down to the next generation.
Okay.
So like, if I'm doing that, then I speak the language, but if I don't help you, my grandchildren, then I'm really not doing, I'm not really helping.
No.
To revitalize the language.
Well, even keep the.
Yeah, when I'm gone, then that's it.
That's it.
I'm not teaching nobody. But see, that's a lot of us are. I know there's a lot of people out there that share this language. And
by far.
Mm-hmm. So we hear this, and we think about it, and then on the other side, there's people that are sharing it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, the next statement. I have another little statement here. Immersion schools yield dramatically positive results. I wonder if this is why we went into immersion. Okay, it says here, it has become evident to Native educators that immersion schools achieve two dramatic results. First, they are successful at teaching fluency in native languages to the next generation, which means that these languages will survive. And second, the native students who go through an immersion program perform substantially better academically, including on national tests, than native students who have not gone through such a program.
I believe that, yeah.
So, I totally agree with that. This statement here, and not that one where it says let's forget it and just
move on. Right. That doesn't make sense at all.
So that's what I wanted to share, and I think we're on the right track.
Right.
And hopefully everybody working together, we will make one Lakota speaker, maybe 2 Lakota speakers.
That can pass that on.
Yeah, and they will pass it on.
Yep. One quick note is Sunday is September 5th.
Sunday, September...
Is that right? Yeah, Sunday, September 5th. That's for us Lakota people, that's kind of an important date. That was the date, Crazy Horse was killed. Was September 5th. I just want everybody, I'm sure that there's, everybody out there knew that, but I just wanted to remind everybody to honor him in your own way. That's not to be forgotten or anything like that, but I wanted to bring that up.
September 5th, 1877.
Yes.
And that happened down here, just south of us in Fort Robinson.
Yeah, Fort Robinson. Yeah. So, we'll make that journey down there. We're going to take the kids from Wounded Knee down there.
Yes.
That's and we were talking about that today, that, as the story goes, that he was making his way to Beaver Valley, Beaver Creek.
Today.
Yeah, right about this time. So
many years ago. Mm-hmm. And in those days, there's no cars, probably just trails.
Trails and trails.
A lot of trees.
Yeah, a different world.
It takes a long time to get over there. Even from here to Pine Ridge will take you a whole day.
Oh, exactly.
I don't know. I'm not a horse rider.
And there wasn't any English being spoken during that time, was there? No, there wasn't. So, that's a pretty important time. We have Delmer, one feather. He came up and he was talking about some of the sites, the sites that are going to be visited throughout throughout the year.
The one that's coming up is Bear Butte.
Right.
Yeah, that's a sacred site, and usually that is the last one that the people used to visit, and that's where they make their plans for the winter. It's a big old get together.
Yeah, the last gathering.
Yeah.
That was Cheyenne, and that was all Lakota bands.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
that's the place to go. If I was going somewhere, I would visit Fort Robinson first, and then go down to Bear Butte.
Yes.
For if you have sacred site visits.
Yep. If you haven't planned for soon.
And then after that, it'll go into next year, and it'll be like Harney Peak, Zana from Chishla, and then Devil's Tower, and then Bear Butte again. So there's 4 sacred sites every year, and these all happen, of course, with their Earth's rotation too.
Yes,
that's really something, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
We're still connected with the stars, the moon, the sun.
Yeah, that's
the equinox, and then the other one is called what is it now? But anyway, like this one coming up is equinox.
Equinox, yes.
And then there's one in December.
Winter.
Yeah. Solstice.
Solstice, yes.
And then the other one will be again in March, I think, equinox. And then the June will be solstice again. That's when the sun dance starts. So those are coming up, and it's really good to pass those on to the younger.
By far. Yeah. That if we could have some time at night with them, the Big Dipper.
Yeah.
That's really amazing. When we were sitting in the backyard there with Karen, and to actually see the sun come over, not the sun, but see the moon rise over Camel's Back there in Anderson. If anybody could get a chance to see that, they said there's some
It's a natural. I don't know what you would call it.
Yeah, it's like the moon is right there in your face. That moon was there. That was awesome. And that's the thing, is there's a lot of natural beauty, on Pine Ridge, and that's one of them right there. It's almost like it turned night into day.
Yeah. So those are things are coming up, and then of course September is the beginning of school, and of course this weekend is the Labor Day, and then the activities will start. Like today, I see a lot of the boys practicing football.
Yeah, football.
Then we have the cross country.
Yeah,
we have the volleyball. The hand games.
Yeah, the hand games. And
there's a lot of things like that are happening right now. And then it's going to move faster as it gets into next month.
Yep.
And the following month. Pretty soon it's going to be basketball. And that's when it gets really exciting.
Yes, it will.
So, everybody just hold on to your hats, because it's going to be a new season. There's going to be some good games. And that's where another thing that we mentioned earlier about the games is that always remember that in Lakota we have games, Lakota games.
Yes.
They're very competitive, and there's always a winner, and there's always going to be a loser. Whether you win or lose, you show your character, show who you are. Truly. And so don't like if you and I had a chess game, and if you beat me, I'm gonna just push that thing and go away, throw all the pieces out. Right. What does that show? Sometimes
immaturity.
Yeah. So just remember that. Let's always be a good sportsman. No matter what you do, be a good sportsman, because somebody's going to win all the time. Somebody's going to lose. Even if you're good, you're going to lose. Maybe you win the next game. So always remember those. And then we have the students. Like right now, you went to your first class. Things will move fast, and if you let it get behind, then pretty soon, if you don't have perseverance or that commitment, you're going to say, oh, heck with this. I'll just maybe do it next time.
Yeah, exactly.
Hang it up.
Because, there's, that old saying is that there may not be a next time.
No.
So, and I was thinking about that today. Working 40, 45 hours a week and spending another 15 hours in the classroom, but there's always a means to an end. When I have that simple piece of paper in my hand that says, Bachelor of Science, and I know it's all going to be worth it. I don't have much to go. I don't have that much longer to go. So
just hang in there.
Yeah, the exact perseverance. We all have that trait in us, I guess. So.
Well, Dennis, it's close to 6 o'clock, and I think next week we will bring another story. If you're not busy, we appreciate your help.
Oh, no problem.
I really appreciate this. And also I want to thank KILI Radio. Derek, he's up here, and thank you very much for this time, and all you listeners out there, have a real good evening, and we will see you next week. So maybe you can.
Okay. Thank you. 1 minute.